my lovely friends. Welcome to my online studio. My name is Kate, and today we're looking at our wrists, okay? So our wrists in yoga practice get quite a lot of heavy usage, okay? And it is a very tiny little joint, all right? And in the vinyasa yoga practice especially, or variations of the vinyasa yoga practice, so Jiva Mukti, this kind of thing, Shivananda as well, we are in downward facing dog a lot, then you're going to be putting pressure on your wrists, okay? Now, if you have got sensitive wrists, it might be that as you begin your yoga practice, before you build up strength in your forearms, you might find that your wrists ache a little bit, yeah? Or your wrists start to give you a bit of problem. And without any kind of a warm-up before the yoga practice, it can be that your wrists can very easily get injured, all right? And it can put a lot of people off yoga, which is a bit of a bummer because yoga is a great way to get back in touch with your body, back in touch with yourself and your surroundings and your emotions and all this kind of beautiful stuff that comes along with practicing in this way. So yeah, it's a really, really good idea to warm your wrists before any kind of activity where you will be putting weight on your hands. Okay, so this means downward facing dog, cat, cow, upward facing dog, handstands especially, you need to warm your wrists like crazy, arm balancing, yeah? So if ever you go to a yoga class and the teacher does not offer any kind of a wrist warm up, if that yoga class is a wrist-heavy kind of a class, you also get hands-free classes where you don't, you're not on your hands at all. In that case, yeah, of course, you don't need to worry. But if you're never offered in your yoga class to warm up your wrists, you might want to start doing that for yourself, especially if you have noticed problems there, yeah? And as I say that this is not actually a wrist warm-up, anything actually for the joint. What we're doing is we are warming the muscles of the forearm, okay? Because the forearm muscles and the hand muscles are what is supporting this tiny little joint, okay? So we're actually warming the hands, we're warming the fingers, we're warming the forearms, okay? And this will all help to protect the wrist as we move through the yoga practice, yeah? So let's get started. You don't need anything for this class, just your beautiful selves. Come on down onto your mat, find a comfortable seat, however that looks for you, okay? And we'll begin with my favorite, okay? It's super simple, but super, super effective, okay? So what we're gonna do is bring the elbows into the sides, turn your palms to face the sky, and then spread your fingers really, really wide, okay? So really imagine that you're shooting energy out of all of your fingers, really, really wide fingers, okay? And then make tight fists, really, really tight fists. Imagine you are gonna grab something out of the air, okay? And you've really grabbed it tight, so super tight fists. My friends, keep your thumbs outside your fists. Don't put your thumb in the middle. You cannot clench your fist hard with your thumb there, yeah? So keep your thumb outside, fingers come together, thumb wraps around the front, okay? So we're going to open the fingers super wide, really make this a big movement, and then close your fists really, really tight. Now, my lady friends, if you have long nails, and my guy friends too, if you like that, if you have long nails, this might be a little bit of a shocker for the palms, so be careful with your nails, all right? But really try to make as tight fists as you can, okay? And we're going to open, and we're going to close. We're going to open really wide, and we're going to close. We're going to open, we're going to close. Okay, so we'll keep going like that, and we're going to go a little bit faster. Okay, so go for it. Open, close, open, close, open, close, but really big movements. Super, super big. Okay, go. Okay, keep going. We'll go a little bit faster. Yes, nice one. Well done. Keep it going, keep it going. Now, you might be feeling that already in your forearms. Hooray! Really big movements. Don't let the movements get any smaller, even if it means you have to slow the movements down a little bit. Keep these movements really, really big. Big movements. Open, close, go. Good job. We go here. 5, keep it going. 4, really tight fists. 3, really spread your fingers. 2, grab. And 1. Oh, well done. Shake out your wrists. Okay, so that's a really, really good one to start with because it really gets everything warmed up in the forearms and the hands, and yeah, really gets your fingers working as well. So that's a really cool one. Okay, another really nice one to do is to make fists with your hands. And imagine here that you've got 2 paintbrushes sticking out from your fists, okay? Bring your elbows into your sides, and we're just going to paint circles on the ceiling, okay, with our big long paintbrushes, all right? Now that might feel super nice after those intense movements that we were just doing, or it might feel a little bit too much, okay? So you can make these movements as small or as big as feels good in your body, okay? So the bigger the movements, obviously, the more range that you are putting into your wrists. Yeah, but don't worry about it. Go as far as feels good for you. Yeah, so moving those paintbrushes around on the ceiling, painting your colors in the sky. Keep on rotating. Here we go. Well done. Good job. And we go the other way. So really making those paintbrush movements. Big circles on the ceiling. Okay, now they don't have to, your wrists don't have to move round like you're stirring something, yeah? They can, of course they can, move around a little bit. It's just an imagination game, yeah? You don't need to be too exact about it. Okay, so just circles with your wrists. I like to add in visual aids. So from here, take a few, and then release, all right? And shake out your wrists. And it's always nice, actually, to shake your wrists in between any kind of wrist warm-ups that you do, just to allow everything to come back to neutral again, okay? So that's a really nice one. Another one that we can do is bring your palms together in front of you, interlace your fingers, and then bring your palms, squeeze them together, okay? Bring your elbows together, and then imagine from here that you're going to make figure 8s with your wrists, okay? So you're going to press each wrist up towards the sky as you make kind of figure 8s with your hands. So you're sliding your forearms up and down each other as you make those figure 8s. Okay, so little figure 8s with your wrists. Really imagining that you could kind of glue your palms together as you do that. Well done. And then stop, come back to center, and then try to go the other way. Okay, so that's a little bit more confusing, but do your best and figure out how to go the other way. Well done. And then release. Shake them out. Good job. Okay. From here, my friends, bring your fingertips together. Okay, so each of your fingertips pressing into each other. So you're making like this little church roof with your fingers, okay? Really press your palms together, your fingertips together. So you're going to bring your hands down about chest level so that your thumbs are kind of in the middle of your chest. Your elbows, lift them out to the sides, okay? And then from here, really press your fingertips together and resist as hard as you can as you bring your palms towards each other. Okay, so really, really resist. Press your fingertips in towards each other. And then really resist as you take your palms away from each other. Okay, so super, super strong in your wrists and really resist as you bring your palms together. So you're really activating through those wrists and the fingers, okay, as you lift them away. Keep your elbows up about level with each other. I don't know if I said shoulder height last time. That's not true. Just take your elbows out so your forearms are in one line. Really resist. Press your palms back towards each other. Good job. And then resist as you press them away. Okay, now we'll go a little bit faster, but try to keep the resistance really strong. Okay, so we'll bring the palms together. Good job. And away for 5. Good job. Keep them together. And then away for 4. So your little fingers and your thumbs will draw sort of towards each other. Resist. Come together. And away for 3. Good job. Resist. Come together. And away for 2. Well done. Last one. Resist. Bring your palms together. And away. Well done. 1. Good job. Okay, shake out your wrists. Nice job. Okay, so I'm taking you through quite a lot of different options in this wrist warm-up, okay? You don't need to do them all. You can just choose one or two of these exercises to do before your yoga class or your fitness practice or whatever. I'm just giving you the ones that come to the top of my head as we're speaking, but there are many, many other ways to warm up your wrists, okay? So we're going to come over onto all fours, and I'll just take you through another very simple couple of options from here, okay? Make sure your hands are shoulder distance apart roughly, and spread your fingers a little bit so you've got little pizza slices between all of your fingers. Yeah, make sure your knees are kind of underneath your hips and they're about hips distance apart. Okay? Now from here, my friends, we'll just begin to make little circles over your wrists. Okay, so you're going to take your chest and shoulders and make little circles over your wrists. Yeah, and go as far as feels good in your own body, and you'll notice that your weight is being distributed across all different parts of your hands as you do that. And it's really helpful if you grip the mat with your fingertips, yeah, so that you can imagine your ends of your fingers go a little bit white. All right, come back to center, and then go the other way. Good job. Yeah, well done. Here we go. We'll take one last one. And just notice where the weight is being distributed across your hands. Okay? So now, my friends, what we can do is we can bring the back of your right hand to the floor. Okay? And then actively imagine spreading your fingers nice and wide and pressing all of your fingernails down into the mat. Okay, now from here, press the back of that right hand actively into the floor. Your elbows are straight, and then imagine that you're going to rotate the eye of your right hand or your right elbow, the eye of your right elbow, as far forwards towards the front of your mat as you absolutely can. Okay, so really imagine a beautiful stretch all the way through the back of your wrist as you do that. And then release and turn the eye of your elbow back again to face the back of your mat, or back to face your body. Yeah, really press down with your fingernails into the mat, fingers are spread wide, and then actively rotate the eye of your elbow forwards. Okay? And release. And forwards. And release. Good job. And forwards. Good job. And release. Last one. Forwards. Press the back of your hand into the floor. And release. Turn that hand over. And we'll do the left hand. So bring the back of the left hand to the floor, fingertips face back towards your knees. Spread your fingers nice and wide, and imagine actively pressing all of your fingernails down into the floor. Okay? And then from here, extend your elbows long and strong, and then rotate the eye of your left elbow as far forwards as you possibly can, so far towards the front. Really press into the back of your hand, and release. Good job. Keep your fingers pressing down your fingernails. And rotate, and release. Well done. And rotate, and release. Good job. Last two. Rotate. Really press the eye of your elbow forward, and release. And rotate. Well done. Last one. And release. Good job. Okay. From here, sit back on your heels. Take a moment, shake your wrists out. Okay. Now we're going to work a little bit more on that. Okay, so this is adding a little bit of a stretch in as well. Okay, so from here, come on down onto your hands, onto your knees, and bring your right elbow underneath your right shoulder. Okay, so your right forearm is parallel to the top of your mat. Okay, turn the back of your right hand to the floor and press down, just as we did, with your right fingernails into the mat. Okay, from here, press your left palm on top of your right one and press the back of your right hand into the floor. So your fingertips of your left hand are facing forwards towards the front of your mat, and your fingertips of your right hand are facing off towards the left side of your mat. Okay, so really actively press down into your hand, the back of your hand from here. From here, my friends, lift up your right elbow and actively rotate the eye of your elbow forwards, as far forwards as you can, and then bend your elbow back down to the floor again. Okay, so keep the pressure on that right hand with your left one, and then lift your right elbow and rotate the eye of your elbow forwards. and bend and release. And extend and rotate, stretch. Bend and release. Extend and rotate. Good job. Last one. Bend and release. Extend and rotate. Nice job. Sit back on your heels and take a moment. Okay, we'll go the other side. Okay, so coming back through all fours, bringing your left elbow down underneath your left shoulder. Okay, your left forearm parallel to the front of your mat, and then spread your fingers and press your fingernails down, down, down into the floor. Place your right palm on top of your left one with your right fingers pointing towards the front. Shoop, and really press that back of your hand down and really press your left fingernails into the floor. Okay, keep that pressure in your palms as you lift your left elbow away from the mat and rotate your left arm forward so the eye of your elbow points towards the front of your mat as best you can. And bend and release, touch that elbow down and extend and rotate. Good. Bend and release, extend and rotate. Well done. Last two. Bend and release, extend and rotate. Nice. Last one. Bend and release, extend and rotate. Good job. Okay, sit back on your heels. Give yourself a little bit of a stretch out. Okay. All right, we'll take a couple more little wrist strengthening exercises. And then I'll leave you guys to choose whichever one you enjoy, okay, at the start of your practice. Yeah, there are many. There are loads of variations of these. These are just a few that I like to do, okay? Again, we'll come on to all fours. And now, my friends, from here, feel free to take your hands back a little bit towards your knees, okay, if you want to, as we practice this one. It is quite an intense one, okay, so please feel free to move your hands back towards your knees if you need to take a little bit of pressure out of your hands, okay? Also, if you feel like you want more and you need it to be a little bit harder, you're not feeling it, step your knees a little bit back on your mat and keep your weight shifted over your wrists, okay? And this will bring more weight into your hands, which will make this more challenging, okay? So we'll take a couple and then I'll let you guys decide how you want to position your body, okay? So from here, my friends, we're going to gently imagine lifting up the palms of the hands so that we come on to the knuckles, okay? Only the knuckles of your hands, all right? So you can imagine from here, you haven't come onto your fingertips. You can also do that as well. This is another wrist warm-up, but that's not what we're doing today. Your knuckles are down on the floor and you're pressing all of your knuckles into the mat. You've come up like a mini press-up. And then release, bring your palm down to the floor. So your fingers are again spread nice and wide. And you've gripped your mat with your fingers, okay? And you've got your little pizza slices between all of your fingers, or your little slices of cake, okay? So really grip the mat with your fingers and then lift up your palms and come onto your knuckles, okay? And then lower, all right? Lift and lower. Now you decide where you want to go. We're going to do 10 of these, okay? So you can have your hands back towards your knees, or you can have your knees a little bit away from you, but keep that weight shifted forwards, all right? Let's go. All right, so we're going to lift and lower for 10. Lift, lower 9, lift, lower 8, lift, lower 7, lift, lower 6, lift, lower 5, lift, lower 4, lift and lower 3, last 2, lift and lower, last one, lift and lower. Good job. Oh my goodness. Sit back on your heels and take a break. Shake out those wrists. Okay? Good job. Thing to remember with those is to try to keep your elbows as extended as possible, yeah, and to try to really use a controlled movement through your hands. Yeah? So you're really trying to control the lift and lower. You're not kind of slamming back down into the mat. Don't worry if that happens in the beginning. As you progress, you'll get stronger and you'll be able to do that a little bit more controlled. Yeah? And at the beginning, you might want to come up one at a time and then go down one at a time. It's also okay. Yeah? Don't worry. And if that happened as we practiced, totally all right. Okay? So there, my friends, are just a couple of wrist warm-up exercises. Now, if you'd like to give your wrists a bit of a shake, go ahead. If you want to give your wrists a bit of a stretch, you can extend both of your hands forwards And then flip your fingertips down towards the floor and then grab a hold of your right hand with your left one and just actively press your wrist, your palm of your hand slightly forwards as you bring your fingertips back towards your body. Keep your right elbow extended. Then go on ahead and change sides. Stretch him out. Yeah. Also really good to stretch out the forearms and stuff after a class or halfway through the class or whenever you feel like you want to do it, okay? So my friends, there we go. We've warmed up our wrists a little bit, little tutorial about that. Feel free to just add that into your yoga practice as and when you feel it, if there is no option for that given. And notice how much stronger your wrists will feel. Last little piece of advice I would give you about this is to actively grip the mat with your fingertips whenever you are in any pose where you're on your hands, okay? Really grip with your fingertips. So imagine that your fingertips are going to go white as you grip the mat there, and that's going to help to activate your forearms, which in turn protects your wrists. Keep those wrists safe, my friends. Okay, enjoy yourselves, have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon on the mat. Thanks for joining me, guys. Take care. Bye.